Hey guys, Joshua here from Harbor Freight. I'm out in the shop today working on some lighting. Currently have a single light bulb over my workbench for some task lighting. And it's from an old stand light. The stand broke and I just took the shade and the wiring and hung it from the ceiling. It's got a 100-watt equivalent LED bulb in there and it works okay. It definitely helps. It's better than without it on, but it's not performing as well as I would like it to. So I've been looking at 4-foot LEDs that can hang above the workbench, and I couldn't decide between the one offered by Walmart and the one offered by Harbor Freight. They're equivalent in price. They're both 5,000 lumens, and so I got both. We're going to test them out and see which one we prefer. All right, so I've got these all unboxed now. In front, we've got the Hyper Tough from Walmart coming in at $22 regular price. It's 2 LED strips that provide 5,000 lumens of light and pull 45 watts of energy to provide that. Comes with all the necessary mounting hardware, J-hooks, S-hooks, 2 wall anchors, zip ties, and then 2 1-foot pieces of chain with hooks on them. Can also be flush mounted. It's got the mounting holes up here, and the cord comes out the end, so you're not bumping into any cords if you decide to flush mount them. The pull chain is only about 6 inches long, which depending on where you put it may or may not be an issue. The Harbor Freight in the back here, again, provides 5,000 lumens. This is $30 regular price, but as with most things at Harbor Freight, you can get coupons and sales, and I got it for $20. It pulls 60 watts of power to provide those 5,000 lumens, and you have to provide your mounting hardware for the ceiling, like the J-hooks. It comes with 2 1-foot lengths of chain and 2 hooks that go into the mounting knobs on the back, but whatever you're attaching it to, you have to provide that hardware. And again, it does not flush mount. The cord comes out the top and it has to be hung. So we're going to mount these up and see which one I prefer lighting up my workbench. All right, so this is what the bench looked like with the old light bulb. Again, that's a 100 watt equivalent LED bulb that I just had in an old fixture hanging from the ceiling with the 2 other lights that I have in the garage. And this is what I was working with. So now we're gonna take that one down and put up the Hyper light first and see what that looks like. All right, so I decided to turn off the rest of the garage lights, and we're gonna show you what it looks like just with these lights up by themselves. I figure that's gonna be a better representation of the kind of light that they provide. So again, this is my single light bulb over the workbench, pretty darn dark, although it does help when everything else is on. We're trying to improve that, so we're gonna put up the Hyper light and see how that does. All right, so here's what the Hyper light looks like. Definitely better coverage, as expected, with a long LED versus a single bulb from the middle. Pretty darn bright. For my application, definitely is not cool that the pull chain is so short, but that's easily fixed with some more chain or just a piece of string. But yeah, I think that could work. Let's give the Harbor Freight a try and see which one we like better. All right, and here's the Braun from Harbor Freight. It's definitely bright as well. I think it's a warmer light. I think the Hyper Tough from Walmart was a brighter white. This is more of a yellow white. Can't say that one is brighter than the other. Obviously, they're both 5,000 lumens, so they should be the same brightness. The cord on the Braun from Harbor Freight is definitely shorter. I had to get an extension cord just to get down to my power strip here. So that could be a consideration. Let me know in the comments below. Do you see a difference between the Hyper light and the Braun? One other point to note is that neither of these lights, the Hyper Tough or the Braun, are linkable. So I only needed one single light for this spot. If you need to light up a larger area and you need to link them so that you're not having an individual plug for each light like these are, definitely go check out on Amazon. There's, if you want to get 4 or more, there's a bunch of multi-packs out there that are 5,000 lumens that are linkable. That end up being somewhere around $20 to $25 per light when you buy them in a pack. But I only needed 1 light, so the fact that they are not linkable was not a deal breaker for me. If we go to a bigger shop and I need to start doing long spans, these are not going to be my first choice for the simple fact that they aren't linkable. So I went back and reviewed the footage, trying to compare the two and see which one I liked better. Ultimately, I'm going to go with the Walmart Hyper Tough, and there are a couple reasons for that. Both lights threw the same amount of light and pattern onto the workbench, and so I had to make my decision on something other than the amount of light that got to the workbench. The factors that made me choose the Walmart light over the Harbor Freight light are the capability to flush mount, so I can use the hanging chains or I can flush mount it to the ceiling. The 50,000 working hours on the Walmart model versus the 30,000 working hours on the Harbor Freight model are a huge bonus. I mean, that's almost double the life, 2/3 the life. The price, the Walmart light is $22 regular, and the Harbor Freight is $30, so you don't have to wait for any sales or coupons. Although with the sales or coupons, you can get the Harbor Freight one for $20. And there's a 5-year limited warranty on the Walmart light, whereas the Harbor Freight had a warranty that you could purchase at the register for additional costs that almost doubled the price of the light. So for all those reasons, I'm going to be going with the Walmart light. There's also one more big one aesthetically, and if you noticed in the shots, when you walk into the room, you can see the bulb on the Harbor Freight light. And at 5,000 lumens, like it's really bright. I walked into the garage and it almost hurts your eyes. The shroud on the Walmart light is a lot lower, which definitely confines the light pattern, but all I needed for is the workbench. So when I walk into the garage now with the Walmart light up there, I don't see those bulbs, and it's much more pleasant to look at and to walk into. So for all those reasons, I'm going with the Walmart light. Now I'm going to go out on a limb here. If you're watching a shop light review video, that you're into DIY. If that's the case, I invite you to check out our free group, DIYers, Tinkers, Fixers, and Makers. I'll put a link in the description box below. And come on over and join the conversation and post some photos of the DIY projects you're doing. Until next time, take care and pay it forward.